Good morning. Welcome everybody to Gigi's Honeybees. Yesterday I got into my other hive and was checking and hoping to have some honey to pull. But the honey super that I put on it, they have not done much with that yet. So I'm not sure if we're in between flows or if our flow is over. Not positive about that. If there's anyone else in South Mississippi watching, please put in the comments what you think. I haven't looked in this box in a while, so I'm going to open it up and see what they're doing in here. And I've got a box to add to them as well. I'm just trying to keep them with plenty of space. I don't know if there still might be a swarm happening with either one of these, but I'm going to try to prevent it if I can by giving them some more space. I'm going to check to see if there's any queen cells being developed or anything like that. But they've been doing pretty good. They have been very active, very busy. I see them coming in and out with nectar still, which is really good. I like to see that. And every few days I have a bunch that are brand new to foraging, and you can see them doing their orientation flights. It's really fun to watch. I can come out here and sit and just film them just doing that. But I'm going to dig into this box and see what we got today. Today is June 29th. Getting towards, getting closer to July. So I'm not sure in South Mississippi, the different bee seasons, as I like to call it, what they're doing and when, but we'll see. We'll see what they're up to. They've got this popularized pretty good, so let me get that open. There we go. Yep. A lot of bees, lots of bees. And I got my little Swiffer sheet here. Tried to catch a few hive beetles, and it's caught a couple. Let me pull that off and get that out of the way. Probably will move that down into the other box to keep them out of the brood. Set that right there. All right, just looking down in here, I see bees on these three frames right here in the middle. The ones on the outside, I don't even see where they've done anything with them. As you can see, they're just not working it at all. So I'm gonna set that over there on the side. There we go. Just to get it out of the way. And yeah, just glancing in here, they're just not doing anything with these outside frames yet. So I don't know that they necessarily need another box. But like I said, I'm scared to not put one on there because I don't want them to run out of space, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. So I may just take that box back in. But they're just barely starting it. And what you do see is nectar. They're bringing in nectar and storing it up here in this upper box. But they're just barely, doing that. Oh, I see a hive beetle. Let me get him out of the way. Get rid of that thing. Yep, don't like that. Okay. And then let me just pull this next frame out and show y'all what it's doing real quick. This one's heavy. This one's got a lot of honey on it. Full of honey, thick nectar. Love to see that. Can't wait to get that capped over so I can harvest some. I would love to taste at least a small batch. I don't want to take all their honey the first year, but I would love to have some. So pretty. Yeah, and that's really heavy. I mean, it's pretty solid. So that'll be a good frame to extract once they get through filling it up and capping it. And another good one. Real good one. Set that on the ledge. There we go. Oh goodness. Yeah, we got a lot in here. This side, they've just beginning to store it and cap it over in the middle. And this side is solid, just like the last one I pulled. It's full of honey, full of nectar. And when the water content gets to a certain percentage, I think the general rule is below 17%. That's when they'll cap it off. That's when it's dry enough to turn into honey. So we're gonna let them finish their job. And close this back up, my other frame back in, get rid of the hive beetle. Darn, I don't like them things. They are very persistent. Okay, my foundation's popped out of this. Let me put it back in. There we go. There we go. All right, we'll slide that back in there if I can get it in. There we go. Got me. All right. Okay, just kind of push them to the centers. Give them the right bee space so they don't build that wonky comb crazy. Because they will. And it's actually pretty. The wonky comb, it's just, it's interesting to see the different designs that they create with that. All right, let me put this back in. Beetle. It's like whack-a-mole with these hive beetles. They get in here and they just destroy stuff. So we don't want them in there. All right, I'm going to now take off this top box and let's look at the brood chamber. See if I can spot my queen. I haven't been able to spot her lately, but there's so many bees in here that I'm sure I'm just missing her, because I'm seeing in the frames that I do pull, I do see where there's eggs. I mean, not eggs, small larvae. It's hard for me to see the eggs. My eyesight isn't the best, but I keep trying. Let's see. Get this popped off. There we go. Yeah, this box is a little bit heavy. It's probably from those two heavy honey frames. Okay. All right, so yeah, this looks good. Got a lot of bees in here. I'm just gonna real quick glance. I don't see very many on this frame. On the outside, I see them kind of in the middle, and I don't see them on the outside of this one. So they still have some frames to work. So I think they're doing okay on space at the moment. Okay. So let me get in here if I can. Pull this first one out. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they're just not drawing it out. I may have to come back out here and swap them with some newly waxed frames and see if that will get them going on it. I just don't know what to do. Maybe I can put them in the middle and pull some of these that they have drawn on to the outside just to see if they'll work it. But I just don't know. Okay, so this one, they're just barely starting on it. And what they're storing in there is nectar, which is what they usually do on the outside frames. That's where they put their resources. Kind of glance down in the bottom there. See some bees. Don't want to crush any bees. Off the side. Okay. And the next one looks like another resource frame as well. See if I can get in here and get it up. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's gonna be a heavy one. Put it on the ledge. And get these out the way. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. Okay, this one has some brood. And a lot of nectar in the corners. A little bit of capped honey at the top, which is what they like to do. They put it in an arch pattern. I do see some small larvae in the holes that are open. But this is pretty heavy. And that's why this side has got some capped honey, a lot of nectar, a little portion of brood. I do not see the queen. Hadn't really been looking for her though, but I don't think she's going to be on these outer frames. So I'm going to slide that in here and see what we got. Okay. And then moving on to the next frame. So this is frame number 4. Yep. Another heavy frame. Oh goodness. Yeah, a lot of bees. A lot of bees on this one. Yeah, a good amount of capped honey, a little bit of brood on this one, a lot of resources. So it looks like they were using the same frames that they had for their brood to store all the honey. Yeah, this is full of nectar, and I do see a little bit of small larvae. I would love to see some eggs. Would love to see my queen. Blowing them out of the way just a little bit to see if I can get them to move in case she is right there and just being hidden by the other bees. They will do that sometimes. All right. This next frame is one of the frames that I put in the middle trying to get them to start drawing it out, and that worked. So I may move one of those that they haven't worked on to this spot and move this one out. Unless this has a lot of brood on it. I like to keep the brood in the center, and so do the bees. Oh yeah, this is just honey. Some capped, some not capped, but that's what they're using this frame for. Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this to the side over here. I'm getting the bees off of it. Yeah, it's dripping. And I'm going to put this one in the middle where that one was. And let's see if we can't get something happening with it. Maybe that's the trick. It needs to be where they can get to it. I don't know. Okay. So now we're going to smoke them just a little bit more because I can hear them getting a little antsy. Okay. And we're going to go to the next one. For the most part, these bees in this hive seem to be very mild-tempered. I have been stung by them before, but it was my fault, not theirs. I wasn't paying attention, but they don't seem to get as agitated so much as the other one. But the other one just has so many bees in it. It's a lot larger hive. Okay, so we've got capped brood, we have pollen, we have nectar stores, we have capped honey. Still don't see my queen. I would love to see my queen again. lot of capped brood on this one. I really thought she might be on this one, but maybe she's on the next one. Not seeing her on this one either. Okay, so back in you go. Okay. And then get them out of the way. I really hate squishing these bees, but they just don't get out of the way. Doesn't seem. Okay, this one's a little bit lighter. Oh, this one's got a lot of brood on it, so maybe my queen is on here. Let me do a real quick look. Don't see her. Don't see her. And sometimes as you're pulling the frame out, I understand that the queen could be on that frame, but she jumps to the next one, or the one you just looked at. So I may be missing her all the way around. But I do see some stored pollen in here. A lot of capped brood. A lot of capped brood on this side as well. Trying to hold it up to the sunlight just to see if I can see any eggs. And all I see with my eyes is just the young larva. So I'm sure there's some eggs in here somewhere. And I may need to figure out what I can do to help with that, to be able to spot them. I may have to get my phone and take some pictures of the frames and then blow it up to where I can see what's actually in each cell. Okay. Okay, this one is a good one. This one has a lot of pollen, more nectar. Yep. Same thing on this side. I'm just trying to see if in any of these openings do I see any eggs. I do not. Now this is what I call an elusive queen. She just doesn't want to be found. All right, I'm on the second to the last frame. So this is frame number 9 in my 10 frame box. And it's got a lot of bees working on it, and it's thick on one side. I'm sure that's capped honey. Let me get these out of the way. Yep. Okay, so we got brood on this side too, so maybe she's here. Maybe. Don't see her on this side real quick. Flip her over to this side. And if they haven't replaced my queen, she's marked. But I sure don't see her. Okay, so looking in here, I see a lot of nectar. I see some pollen. I see capped brood, capped honey. A lot of capped brood on this side as well. More nectar stores and capped honey on the corners. I think that's pretty cool that they like to do that. And on the very bottom, I do see a little queen cup with nothing in it. So I'm not concerned about that. I don't know if that means something was in it and hatched out, or are they just practicing? All right, so in you go. Set this down easy. All right, my last frame looks like not too much happening on the outside of it. The inside of it has a little bit of activity. Oh well, I lied, they are on it. They're all over it. All right, so this is a lot of pollen. A lot of pollen, a little bit of nectar and a little bit of capped honey. And they're working it. they're finally working these outside frames. That's cool to see, and that's a lot of bees. That's a lot of bees. So they're doing what they can. Just check the bottom real quick. I don't see anything there. It's like they're all just hanging out, visiting on this frame. It's pretty cool. All right, so once again, I did not spot my queen, but I do see some very young larvae. So I feel like she's in here doing something, or has been in the past. Knock this stuff down real quick so this frame will go in there better. All right, so now I'm going to push these back together best I can. And that frame that I pulled out of the center, I'm going to move it to the outside edge. I've already replaced the one where it came from with the one that was on the outside, trying to get it to draw. And we'll see what we got when we come back next time. I know these are lopsided, but I'm going to straighten them up. Let me get that other frame in here. All right. So now we're going to take this frame and get my bees out the way. And we're going to put it in here. Got a lot of bees hanging out on the wall over here, so let's see if we can slide this in and get them out of the way. And it's squished. They are if they don't move. Set that right there. Okay. All right, girls, y'all gotta move. I gotta move. I gotta put my frame back. It's tight. And this isn't where this frame came out, so it's kind of got a different fit to it, I guess, to get it back in. I'm squishing these. I'm not sure why that won't go down. There we go. To the center a little bit. Push this one to the center a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, just get them back in there. A lot of space on that side. And try to get them in to where they'll get off the sides and I can close it up without squishing them. All right, I'm gonna put this on the bottom since I saw so many beetles. See if we can't catch a few down here. And I'm still concerned. I don't know if I should leave this next box on here or not. Put another one on or not. I don't think I should because they've still got so many frames to work. So I think they're okay. Square this off in front. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna close her up. And that'll be that. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to leave all their honey on here so they have plenty of resources. But on the next few weeks, if they're still, or if they do show some signs of growth in here, I may add this other box just to give them some more room. But if not, we're going to leave what honey they have. There is one frame in the other box that I have that I may have to pull just so I can get a taste. But looks like we're not going to have any spring honey or summer honey. So maybe next year I'll have a full harvest. But it's just fun watching them grow. It's just fun watching them progress. And I love to see when you put an empty frame in there that they draw it out and start storing stuff in it. So it's just been really fun watching them. Appreciate you watching. If you like this if you like this content with me fumbling around in these frames trying to learn the business of beekeeping, please like and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Thank you again.